if we're desperate.
Wait, what episode is this?
13.
Here we go.
You're running through the darkness.
Hi, welcome to Between the Covers podcast. I'm your hostess, Nyx.
And I'm Ophelia.
And this week, we're getting slippery with some fish penis.
We read The Merman's Quest by Tamsin. Even monsters need a mate. It's a Mates for Monsters novelette.
Mates for Monsters. Novelette. It was how many pages?
62?
It's pathetic.
Well, it said 70, but 8 of those were
Mine
next.
said it was 80 pages, but I think...
76 is what it said.
I don't know. Mine says
76.
Mine says 80 pages. It definitely took me less than an hour to read. All right. Anyway, let's jump into the water. I'm gonna give some author info, if that's cool with you.
Go ahead.
So Tamsin Lay.
Think that's a real name?
I hope not, because that's a terrible name. Actually, when I first read it, I thought it was Tasman, and I was like, Tasmanian, like Tasmanian devil. But
it's like
no,
Jasmine. What does
Tamsin.
Tamsin mean?
I don't know.
Maybe.
She looks like a Florida soccer mom, in my opinion. Like, she's probably got those like weird beach shorts on and like, you know, one of those little shrugs and the rainbow like leather flip-flops.
In Alaska?
No. She looks like a soccer mom from Florida. That's what I was saying. Anyway, I'm just going to read the description because it made me laugh. Tamsin Lay builds worlds full of sexy heroes who don't know they need a mate. That is, until they meet the woman they can't resist. The romance is sizzling hot, a surprise twist waits around every corner, and the stories will never leave you hanging. I don't know about any of that, honestly, after having read this novelette. But
It didn't leave me hanging because I didn't want any more.
You were like, oh, thank God it's over.
I know. Even though 62 pages were...
I know. All right. So Tamsin Lay, wine lover, beer brewer, foodie, serious gardener, and secret zombie prepper.
It's not secret, apparently.
I know. And your secret's out, Tamsin. Tamsin lives in Alaska with her husband of 20-something years. Apparently they have no children. In the long days of summer, you can find her in the great outdoors, but when the long winter night sets in, she'll be at the keyboard creating imaginary worlds. So I can't speak for her world building because I've only read this one book of hers, and it was nowhere near like the level of world building from the Honey Badger series that we read last.
There is a little bit for such a short.
Yeah, we know that they're mermaids and that they mate for life, but the females just like are huge skanks and like will fuck anything.
But then they kill the men, I think, right?
No, I think it's that like as they with each infidelity it like wounds the male's like soul or some shit.
Like the ultimate
And then they
beta.
like die of like a broken heart eventually at some point. But they like stay home and like take care of the mer children.
But they choose. They get to
who
choose.
apparently get to choose their gender when they
Right.
reach like.
So why would you choose to be a merman in this world?
I don't know. I really don't.
Oh, I looked up Tamsin.
Oh yeah.
It's Aramaic in origin,
Okay.
but the
Jews.
version Tamsin is especially popular in Cornwall and Wales.
Oh, okay.
But it's a feminine version of the name Thomas, like Thomasine or Thomasina.
Tamsin.
Tamsin.
All right. This woman, I was almost like, this bitch. This woman also has written the Galactic Pirate Brides book series, which is like, maybe we should read one of those because that's pretty funny. I guess they're set in the future or something. I don't know.
Sounds like it. Actually, that sounds good. We need a sci-fi.
We do need a sci-fi
Yeah.
book. Oh my god. This book is called Ransomed by Kashatok.
Are you still reading?
Pirate Brides book 2.
Are you still reading her bio?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sorry. All of this stuff is like on her bio page. All right, anyway. We can move on.
Okay.
So, there are really only 2 characters in this book. Sorry.
Yes,
novelette.
there are only 2 characters.
Well, they mention his brother occasionally.
I don't even remember that.
They mention his brother and
And
the
his
fact that his
daughter
brother
and
is
his-
married to a human.
Right, and his dead mate.
They never mention her name, though.
No. They mentioned the brother's name?
Mm,
Rodlack's brother?
No, it's not Rodlack. It's Rubak.
Ruba.
Rubac.
I don't know where I got
Rubak.
Rodlack from.
Rubak. Reebok. I don't know. So Rubak is the merman who has lime green eyes, apparently, which
And a closely cropped, wet, dripping beard. And dark locks.
dark
and
flowing locks and
A big...
facial structure, something about Greek gods, shaming
Right.
Greek gods, sculpted abs and square pecs.
Very sharp scales on his...
No, that was his dorsal. I thought it was his dorsal fin that was sharp. Or is
Oh,
his
I thought
scale sharp?
she had a scale and it poked her. She had like three little poke marks in her finger, and she's like, "Oh, it was real because I have these
This-
little
yeah,
poke marks in my
and
finger."
a bump on my head from
Yeah,
like falling out of the boat.
Madison, the scientist, a seeker of knowledge. I read your aura. You're a seeker like
Oh my
me.
god, the auras. Ugh.
He's like the ultimate beta male.
such a
like,
beta.
I like nipple piercings and
He's like, let me rub my nipple piercing.
He
How many
rubbed the
times
mother of
did he
pearl
rub-
vision rod.
How many times did he rub his nipple piercing in this
It's
62 pages?
It's his vision rod.
I don't.
One of 2 vision rods.
that rod seems to get rubbed a lot more than the other one, at least in the beginning of the book.
He also had the ingrained habit of avoiding females.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, as a merman, given what knowledge we know of mermaids, I would probably stay away from them too. Because
Right.
they're only going to kill you. They kill you, basically.
Yeah. Or they hurt you and then kill
and then
you.
die of a broken heart.
Or they
because-
die and then you're free when you meet.
Well, no,
Madison.
but he wasn't supposed to be free. The whole thing was like, I don't know, the plot
Didn't some
was...
dolphin or something tell him?
This is
that-
so... No, it was the oracle whale.
The
Come on.
oracle whale. Okay,
This
not
is
the
so dumb. So basically, mer people mate for life or something, and when one dies, the other dies soon, I guess. And I mean, that's not really explained very well, so we just sort of have to take that at face value.
Well, he doesn't even understand it.
No, he's a friggin' moron. And then the other thing that was like totally not explained at all is the fact that he apparently spoke with the oracle whale or something, who was like, yes, you must go on a quest to free yourself of this bond that will kill you. And apparently the quest is seducing and then killing a human woman. And so
Right.
he's like, well, shucks, gotta do that now, I guess.
And then the very next day,
And then
this
the-
woman's alone in the middle of the ocean on a boat.
Because she's a fucking, oh my god, she's ruined,
disgraced.
disgraced scientist. Because she believed her graduate students when they lied to her about, what was
Some
it?
majestic sea cow or something like that.
what kind of idiot professor is like, oh, my graduate students are telling me about this fabled creature. Let me go look for it. Like,
Stellar sea cow.
she fell for that. I have no sympathy. The woman's an idiot. Also, like, can we talk about how foolhardy it is to just be out in the middle of nowhere on the ocean by yourself in a small boat?
Yeah.
Just, like, by yourself. Like, what if a storm blows up? Like, what are you gonna... She's like, oh, I have my sleeping bag here. Like, great.
She also has like 10 pairs of jeans because she has to keep going and changing them every time he comes on board and splashes her.
And she's, like, trying to film him. She's being all, like, creepy with the camera. She's like, hi, you want to come on my boat? And he's like, yes, maybe. Like, I don't know. What is that? It's a weird book. Wow, I think we've, like, kind of covered the characters and the plot already. I mean, it's only 60 pages. What do you expect? It was shorter than Barely a Viking.
It was.
Which is sad.
And it
Barely
was
a Viking was
worse.
Was it worse?
I think it was worse because there's... All right. Tell me if this is grammatically incorrect.
Okay.
It's affects should be long finished. Shouldn't be effects. Effects.
Yeah, because it changes the state of or something.
Right.
Of something, yeah.
Right.
So grammatical
The effects
errors.
of the fish harp. So it's... Yeah, there's grammatical
I
error.
mean,
like,
it could
did you even
also
have
be... So if this was originally a printed book...
Yeah.
I've come across this a few times with Kindle, where whoever it is that's like putting it from...
transcribing?
Yeah, whoever's transcribing it from the book form to the digital form, I've found, like, there are errors because sometimes, like, an H will come up as, like, an L and an N in the middle of a word or something like that. Like, maybe I don't know. I don't have the biggest issue with that. But that's spelling, not grammar. So maybe it's just her. Come on, Tamsin.
Well, I
get your
figured
shit
it was
together.
grammar because it was the wrong
No, that's what I'm
form.
saying.
Yeah.
In this instance.
But it could be spelling. Yeah.
Right.
There was, right before that, something that did impress me. The only thing that impressed me
Okay.
was that he was like, oh, God, gods, whatever. Instead, he says depths. Depths. Why did he want her so bad? Like he's recalling to the depths instead of to whatever humans were called to. Oh, depths.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't give it quite as much thought as you did, apparently.
Yeah, well, I gave it thought because it was the only thing that was like, oh, she actually...
Just like thinking
She
about
put
like
some
how,
consideration into
right,
how a merman would talk.
how a really beta merman would talk. I mean, I guess he's not that beta. He seems to enjoy...
But he instantly bonds for life with her.
Yeah, it's pretty beta.
Like, ooh, a human female alone on the ocean.
Let me kiss
You're my
her.
mate for life now.
Well, no, they kissed first,
Yeah.
and then she fell out of the boat
Well, he
and hit his head, and he puts her back in the boat, and then he runs
hypnotized
away.
her with his sea urchin.
No, it was
harp?
a fish harp, right? It was like made out of a sea sponge.
Oh, sea sponge that he dove deep into the depths
And
to
harvested the delicate creature. Yeah, I remember that part too. But he's like really demanding when the next time they meet.
Yeah, but then she's
Because he's like, take
no,
off your clothes. Do
I'm
this,
gonna be
do
demanding
that.
too. She was like, I'm not done with you yet, and hold him down. It's my turn.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, I wondered if this was a grammatical error too.
What?
She needed this man who was somehow calling up her basest emotions. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be most basic?
No. Basest.
Basest.
Like, if you have base emotions, it
Right.
means like
The most base.
primal.
I just thought it would be most base instead of basest.
No, you can say basest.
All right. Well, she was right then. Got me this time,
You got me.
Tamsin.
Damn you.
Well, there's one more on here.
Okay, lay it on me.
Her nipples pebbled.
Oh, right, that one. I didn't have a problem
What
with
is
that per
that?
se. It just means they got hard.
It's just such an odd
Well, you know
way
how
to
like
say it.
normally your nipples are just like not hard, and then they get hard
They
sometimes.
pebbled.
Well, yeah, and
It
it's
just it's.
I've heard it before.
I haven't heard it in this
Context.
before, but it's very illustrative.
It is. It's very descriptive. Also, like, hey, you just fucked a merman that you met one day ago.
Yeah, but she was hypnotized by him the first time.
No, they didn't fuck when she was hypnotized.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But she
And then she like did a rape kit on herself. She was like, "Wait, I've got to collect
I
samples."
got a swab because that was the only DNA sample she could get from him. She wasn't sure if she'd ever see him again, and she wanted the DNA so she could
Prove
herself a worthy scientist.
you want people to hunt mer people again. No.
Well,
I just
Madison,
wanna
how did
study
you get the sample?
Well,
Well, there was that scientist who was really into dolphins. Did you ever hear about that lady?
yes. Didn't she like marry a dolphin or something?
She
Had like a very special relationship with a
Yes.
dolphin.
I meant to look that up and I forgot. Scientist dolphin relationship. Here we go. Scientist says relationship with dolphin sensuous.
How a science experiment led to sexual encounters between a woman and a dolphin.
Ugh.
In the 1960s, dealing with a dolphin's urges.
Gross.
I mean, at least Ruback has like human features. Did he have pointy ears? We never find out.
She didn't say anything. He had piercings though.
Right, because she loves a guy with piercings.
And apparently she wasn't exotic enough as he was used to.
Right. Not as exotic as mermaids,
Mhm.
but she's black, so that, I don't know, maybe there aren't any black mermaids. He's like, oh, chocolate nipples or something.
Yeah, brown nipples.
Brown nipples. Right, chocolate skin.
Not
and
chocolate.
Deep
not,
brown eyes.
Yeah.
She did use the word brown a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and I know I mentioned this to you earlier, I really was not a huge fan of how short all of her sentences were.
They were. And the whole chapters were short. 9 chapters and 60 pages.
And like, listen, it's like, in the 2 months since meeting Ruback, Madison had lost her apartment, quit her job, and passed up the scientific find of the century. Stop. And she'd never been happier. Stop. Like, that's not appropriate. Like that. Put a semicolon there. That's not a complete phrase.
She does have like a middle school level writing skill. The ocean gleamed blackly beneath a gajillion stars.
Gross.
Is gajillion
No.
a mathematical? Gajillion.
A gajillion.
And this is the scientist.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, do I have anything else?
Well, we also have quotes.
Well, I went over a few of mine. Do we read? He rubbed the mother of pearl vision rod, piercing his nipple.
Wait, no, but I had that one too. We both
well,
wrote that
I
one down.
highlighted it as well, so you can go ahead and say it. Say the other half.
All right. He rubbed the mother of pearl vision rod, piercing his nipple, hoping to regain confidence.
Oh, here's an explanation. The prophetic vision he'd had while slumbering in the crook of the great whale's fin no longer seemed as straightforward. So he had a vision while he was
The oracle
nestled
whale.
inside the whale's fin.
Yeah, the oracle whale.
Yeah.
They say the oracle whale later. I also... So this woman, Tamsin, has like a ton... I don't know. She seems very interested in nipples. There's just like
Yeah.
nipple everything going
Yeah.
on here. Like, you know, his nipple piercing that he plays with constantly. Like... her nipples, everybody's nipples, doing nipply stuff, I guess. But
I wonder if Mr. Lay has nipple piercings.
I didn't You know, I didn't really want to.
Some zombie prepper man living in the middle of nowhere in Alaska with his soccer mom wife, who's not really a soccer piercings.
Mom. He's like, babe, I put the dangly ones in today. I know you like those. Oh, that's awful.
I think you have some really good insight into her life.
Hold on. Anyway, speaking of the nipples, I highlighted this passage because it made me laugh out loud. His proximity ignited tiny fires in her nipples. Like, what is that? What does that even mean?
I was
like, oh God, my bra. No. Oh, she doesn't wear a bra, so it doesn't matter.
I was searched nipple to see how many times it appeared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on chapter 4. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Nipples are mentioned 22 times.
In a 63-page book. Dude, that's a third of the book is taken up with talk of nipples. Tamsin, get some help.
Oh, the last 3 were in the preview for next.
Oh, all right. Well.
And so I was nipples as red as maraschino cherries. That was from the next book.
All right, now maybe I kind of want to read it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. Here's another quote.
Actually,
yeah.
In that preview on page 70, nipples are mentioned 3 times.
Wow.
Just all right. That's all. Go ahead.
I mean, no, that's something it's very special. Okay, so in chapter 9 on page 59 of the 63-page book, he entered her, encasing himself to the hilt in her heat.
Oh, yeah.
I think, you know what? Scorch, write this down. I think we need to start keeping track of when a book uses that phrase, to the hilt.
Yeah. Someone's going to have to go.
We should have
a producer will have to go back and watch our old episodes and tell us when we mention it.
I mean, don't we have copies of all of the books that we've read before? Maybe we should just search them.
Reread. Oh, search them. Yeah. I don't know if the audiobook feature.
Ooh,
but you have
not.
Kindle for all of them, right?
Most of them, except for Don't Call Me Cupcake and the law enforcement one.
Yeah.
What was it? Disturbing his peace. Scorch is on it. He's on top of it.
On top of the hills. What?
Okay, and then my last quote was the very last line from the book, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And it is, how about I show you some freedom now by trapping you between my legs?
Where is that?
It's literally the last thing from the book. The actual book, not the preview.
In the epilogue?
Yeah. It's page 63.
Oh, 63. Here we go. Doesn't say that on mine.
What? It's right here.
That's 62.
Well, we clearly have different Kindle editions. Can't you highlight?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, see? Right there. Whatever. You have an iPad.
Well, this
That's
is
stupid.
when she loses her apartment, quits her job, buys a boat, buys camera equipment, starts making documentaries about the
kiki. It's the kiki.
Kiki-eye.
Kiki-eye.
Kiki-eye. It's like supposed to sound like a dolphin.
She's like, oh my God, it sounds just like the dolphin. But it's like a hybrid dolphin or something.
Yeah. It's
she's really into half and half kinds of things, isn't she?
Didn't think of that. That's a good point. I keep hitting the wrong button.
You mean Kikie.
Kikie.
The name was a perfect imitation of a dolphin's chatter. You wish to hunt dolphins, then.
Oh, she's looking for the Pseudocora crassidens and the Terciops truncatus.
Ah, yes. Those.
Oh, a single hybrid of that species has been born in captivity, but no one ever provided solid proof of one in the wild before. But she knows they're out there.
Well, don't worry, because her aura is truthful. So he will take her to the Kiki.
Maybe he'll find her the stellar sea cow.
Oh my god. I don't know. All the aura stuff was weird. It was like kind of didn't tie in with anything else in the book. It was just like, also pink, the color pink is mentioned in the aura as two different things. And then it's like red is passion and gold is curiosity. And it's like, ooh, her red gold aura of passion and curiosity reached out to him. And you're just like, what?
He's a merman.
Is it his aura is like brown and orange?
Well,
it's real. Those are ugly colors.
How does he breathe underwater? Does he have...
He has gills. It mentions his gills once.
Oh, he does have gills. Okay.
But like, where are they and why aren't they mentioned?
I was going to say of all the issues with this, the aura thing. You know, the mystical oracle whale. Does he read auras too?
The oracle. Ooh, just like ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Can he... So, like, anybody else find it weird that, like, his balls live in the same sheath as his penis? They're, like, in a little pouch on the front of his fin, and they, like, the penis comes out, but the balls don't, and they're just, like... She's like, oh, I felt like... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I didn't take any time out of my life to consider what actually I was supposed to be imagining there. But now that you say that, I'm picturing like a Ken doll look, and then it opens up, I guess.
I don't know.
Kangaroo pouch.
Like a Velcro, just like grab the goods. Hold on. She mentions balls at least once, so I'll read it. His balls throbbed with need inside their protective sheath. That's all she says about the balls.
Oh, here's a description of him. A dark-haired man surfaced about 6 meters away. Closely trimmed beard dripping water. He had the broad shoulders and lean, muscular torso of a speed swimmer. A spiral shell earring curled through one earlobe, and a large sliver of mother of pearl pierced his nipple in one well-sculpted left pec.
Well, wait, which nipple? Because dudes have two nipples.
The nipple in his well-sculpted left pec.
Left pec, okay.
Yep. And he's stroking a mesmerizing rhythm over a white pronged object hanging from a cord about his neck.
So this thing is small?
Yeah, it's little. It's a little sea sponge or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
SpongeBob.
I had a really hard time, like, picturing most of the stuff that happened in this book. I have a very vivid imagination, and often I'm very good about, like, building the scene that I'm reading in my mind and stuff, but there was just, like... I just kept being derailed every, like, several sentences. I would just be like, what? 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 What am I reading?
Oh, he has a lacy green dorsal fin.
Yeah. He's like a green merman.
Green eyes, green tail.
You know what I know this is like very off topic, except for the fact that it is about mermaids, but like, you know how Ariel's sisters all had, like, they had the color of their fin, and then their bra matched the color of their fin.
And hers didn't.
And she was the only one
Right.
who didn't. And it was just like, I've always noticed that and been like, bitch, why don't you have a green bra? You have a green tail. Like, instead she's got a purple bra and a green tail.
Did you ever see The Little Mermaid 2?
No.
Don't.
Okay. I don't know. I just like... I wasn't a big fan of her description of lusts. You know what I mean? It just seemed like very pedestrian.
I just have a hard time, because it's a merman, to believe anything. Like, I don't take anything seriously in it.
Unlike Barely a Viking, of course.
That I took very seriously.
Mermaids have to have love too.
This is a merman, not a mermaid.
Oh, never mind.
That's true. That's
No, it's the opposite. The mermaids don't need love.
no, they need the man.
No. The mermaids don't need
They
love. They need people's souls and like lust, and the merman is the one whose soul is given up, and he like eventually dies of a broken heart because the mermaids are unfaithful constantly, even though they mate for life. Apparently, I don't know. It's a very fucked up sort of society.
Right, they mate for life, but then they leave the man. Oh, he's like a male seahorse where he takes care.
He takes care of the children until they decide what gender they want to become. He's like, I want to be pussy whipped for my whole life, so I'm going to become a merman. Like, I don't know. She wanted him like she'd never wanted anyone before. Sensation rocked through her nipple. The one nipple. I don't know. I thought this was a really silly book.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you have any advice for Madison or Ruback?
Madison, go back to school.
Go back. Madison, get your life back together. Like, stop living on a boat and fucking a merman.
She took another day of rental on the boat, and she wouldn't be able to pay rent if she did that, just to wait for this merman to come back. She's making like one bad choice after another. And
like they literally 2 days elapse over the course of his 63 pages.
Except for the epilogue. It's like 2 months later.
Okay. 59
and
pages.
They're bonded for life.
They're bonded for life after 2 days. It's just like, she's like, oh, I came out here to like do this thing, and like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm getting some merman dick, I guess. I don't know.
Slimy.
I mean, it isn't like a little sheath with the balls.
Yeah, but why
are the balls in the sheath?
He dries out
in the sun. Yeah, that's true. But his brother walks with his.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I don't know how that works.
Maybe they have legs underneath the tail and they just
like
pull it
roll
off.
Down their fucking tail. They're like, oh, hold on, costume change. I don't know. I'm gonna give this book like a 2.
That's generous.
What are you giving?
I'm gonna give it a 1. 1.5 because I'm thankful how short it was.
1.5 because I did laugh a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 1.5.
All right, 1.5. I would give relationship advice to Ruback, but he's a merman and therefore hopeless.
He already made poor choice in life by deciding to be a man in this world. So
I know, like, you done fucked up, bud. Like from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know.
But his brother had the right idea.
What?
Going with the human, growing legs, being normal,
being normal, right? Yeah. I wonder what color his brother's eyes are.
Neon blue. I wonder what color the brother's wife is.
What? Oh my god. She's Asian. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there's a book about it.
There is. I'm not gonna read it though.
There's the one about Ebby.
I don't give a fuck.
Ebb and flowy. Ebb and flow. Like she's ebbing and flowing like the ocean.
Is that
Ebby? I don't know.
Oh, you just made that up.
Yeah.
I was like, did you actually read the sample? Because I didn't read the sample. I was like, at the bottom of the page, it was like, thank you so much. Oh, you're still here? Flip to the next page. And I was just like,
go read about maraschino cherries.
No, maraschino cherry nipples. You forgot the most important word in that sentence. Come on. What's not a sentence? A phrase.
I've read that word enough times for...
if I didn't read anything about nipples for the next 6 months, I probably would still have met my normal quota of talking about nipples.
All right, Tamsin.
Well, we can guess what her fetish is.
Yeah, and we already know the next book mentions them, so it's definitely...
Not. You know what? I do kind of want to read the centaur one.
All right, next week on Between the Covers podcast. What's it called? What's his name?
No. It's Black Stevens.
We're gonna read about Black Stevens the centaur.
Black Stevens the centaur. Wait, hold on. Damn it. It's called. Oh, the Centaur's Bride.
The Centaur's Bride. All right.
Are we really gonna do this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Maybe we can read 2 of them for next week. The Centaur's Bride and.
Oh, and there's one about the genie.
Oh wait, does she have the space one? Was that her?
Yes.
Was that a novelette?
Let's see. Let's find out.
We'll find out with the rest of you.
Yeah. Rescued by Quayan. Galactic Pirate Brides, Book 1. It is 186 pages.
I think we should do that.
Okay.
Galactic Pirate Brides.
I can read it for free with Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, I have that.
That works for me.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. So we're going to... Tamsin, you've hooked us. We're going to... with your nipples. Sorry. We're going to read another one by Tamsin. It's called Rescued by Quayan. Scorch, don't worry about looking it up. It's fine.
I also want to apologize because I'm really stuffy.
Yeah.
To our audio listeners.
She just did a bunch of coke.
I have allergies.
That's what they call it these days.
Yep.
Yo, you want to do some allergies in the back with me?
I want to do some Dayquil.
Here we go. Listen, this is for next week. A human female in danger. This is in all caps. An alien pirate determined to protect her. And an all-powerful corporation determined to cover it up. Next week on Between the Covers podcast. Tune in.
Tune into these two human females next week.
Okay. Let's get our plugs going. We need plug music. We'll get on that. So you can follow us on Instagram. The names you see. No. Our individual follow. What is that thing
those
called?
are on banners.
Yeah, banners. Our individual
Handles
handles
are on our banners. Our handles are on our banners.
That sounds dirty. Right. So you can follow us individually. You can follow the podcast page at Between the Covers Podcast on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at Between the Covers Podcast. We're on Twitter at between_covers. We have an email address, which is betweenthecoverspodcast@gmail.com. We also have PayPal under that email address if you feel bad for us, because books are expensive and sometimes we need help unless they're on Kindle Unlimited. If we're too poor to buy books, we're just going to read really bad ones, so you guys got to help us out.
That's good incentive.
I know.
Give us money.
Also, if you have books that you want us to read, we'll totally read them. Just email us and let us know what they are. We are working on getting merch going. We'll keep updating you guys on that as it progresses. You can check us out on iTunes, all major podcast networks, podcast places where you listen to podcasts, whatever. You know what I mean.
Streaming services?
Streaming services, yeah. So we're Between the Covers podcast. And you should check out our sweet friends from the Bastard Sermon. They're really cool. They have an awesome podcast that you should listen to. If you are in Massachusetts or Vermont, we have our friends at Havoc. Thanks for blocking my camera, you bitch. There we go. Our friends at Havoc Mead, they make the best mead ever. It's delicious. You should totally go get some. And stuff and things and stuff. Tune in next week, Fridays at 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. Did I forget anything?
Yeah.
What?
No. Your phone number.
I'm not giving my phone number out on this fucking podcast. It's not a thing that's happening. And don't DM me unless you have a really nice dick.
Good night.